Okay, I think we're ready to go. Good afternoon. This is vk3sl. Welcome to the session today. These are the Corona missions. Late afternoon session on 160 metres in the narrowband FM mode, and also streaming online. A YouTube channel devoted to the stream. The stream is the primary service. And, of course, the secondary service being the on-air test missions, which are there to validate volume and clarity, tone tests on 160. It's the nature of things. We've been doing this since the beginning of the first lockdown, so it's enduring in one way or another. Well, quite a few things happening here, and sort of domestic related, so I think I will continue in that vein and put on something a bit different today, something I've been wanting to play actually for some time, and I will be listening, and that is the American Epic Sessions is the name of this item, and it's actually a film. It's a documentary film made in I think the early 2000s, mid-2000s, and it relates to the fabled long-lost first electrical sound recording system from 1925. And a number of contemporary artists used this original setup to pay tribute to songs made on it 80 years prior. It's a fascinating story, and I don't know how to begin, really. It says, What can I read? What can I say? The film employed a diverse lineup of performers ethnically and musically to represent the breadth of cultures that were first given a national platform through the invention of this recording machine. It was a portable machine made by Western Electric at the very onset of the sound era in 1925. And it says here the film involved a decade of work restoring the machine, which was pieced together from spare parts scattered across the globe, in order to better understand the origins of modern recording technology and the influence the machine had on world culture. The machine would go on to put sound on motion pictures. It says the recreation of a live 1920s style recording session explored the essence of what makes a great recorded performance. And it says the film resulted in unexpected insights into how sound recording was developed and perfected, and its impact on how musicians communicate on recordings today. Live performances were like a Hollywood musical in a single unedited takes to focus on the music and the sound the machine produced and the impact it had on the artist's performances. The technical aspects of the recording were covered in sequences interspersed throughout the film with rigorously filmed tracking shots and extreme close-ups using macro lenses. The viewer could observe and understand the inner workings of the machine. And of course we won't get that experience on air. So there'll be a few gaps in this film. So maybe the mechanical noises will add some life. Anyhow, the film received a widespread acclaim for its direction, musical performances, sound and cinematography, and it won the Discovery Award and the Audience Award at the Calgary International Film Festival, with Bernard McMahon and Alison McGaughty at the helm, and they were nominated as Breakthrough Talents by the British Academy Film Awards. So, it says, what else? Oh, there's a number of dynamics. I think the film, hopefully, will be sequential enough as an audio track to give you some sense of what's going on. There is a description of the process, though, which may help underscore things. Yeah, I'm scrolling down here. It says, sound recording, the Western Electric recording system. In 1925, Western Electric launched a new electronic recording process that could capture the nuances of the human voice and subtle instrumental shadings that had eluded the old acoustic systems. The machine revolutionized the recording of music because it could record every type of instrument and voice, whereas the acoustic horn recordings that predated it were severely limited in what they could record effectively. Yeah, we know that. The new system consisted of an electrical microphone. Signal was amplified by a 6-foot amplifier rack. The amplified signal was then sent to a cutting head that cut a wax disc on a scully lathe that was pulley powered by 100 pounds brass weight. In the 20s, as radio took over the pop music business, record companies were forced to expand their markets and leave their studios in major cities in search of new musical styles and markets. They organised field recording sessions across America and recorded blues, gospel, Cajun, country, Hawaiian, Native American and many other hitherto unrecorded types of music using the Western Electric system, which technologically made these recordings possible. These recordings would go on to have vast cultural impacts in North America and the rest of the world. The recording system was leased out to the major record labels and who had to pay a royalty on every record sold to Western Electric. Unless they used the lightweight process with Brunswick. Yeah, that's another story. Anyhow, back to this story, the epic story. The success of music recordings led to the system being leased by major Hollywood studios for talking pictures after initial resistance. Although there are no records of how many of these machines were leased out to the record companies, estimates range from 12 to 24. Prior to the release of the American Epic sessions, the recording system was mysterious and had not been seen in almost 80 years. Engineer Nicholas Berg explained, I had two mentors when I was getting into audio who started their careers in the late 30s in America, and both of them told me that even by the late 30s the system was basically mythical and they'd never seen any component of it, even pictures. So even in 10 years it had basically disappeared off the face of the earth. And we hear Mr. Berg interviewed, I think, or he speaks quite a bit in this doco. Now this is interesting, this bit. It says restoring the recording system. At the outset of pre-production of the American Epic documentary series, there were no known photos or film footage of the full Western Electric system. Locating visual documentation became of paramount importance to the producers. Midway through the research on the film, McMahon and McGaughty were introduced to sound engineer Nicholas Berg as a possible collaborator. After a year of getting to know each other, Berg revealed he had spent almost a decade trying to restore the Western Electric system. Berg had scavenged spare parts from around the world in places as far away as Japan and Europe in his quest to complete the system. All the individual items had to come from different places, often thousands of miles apart, he explained. I was able to confirm my progress by studying the few crude music studio pictures that started to show up. However, Berg was missing a vital part of the setup, the pulley-driven Scully lathe. On an exploratory trip to the Scully family looking for photographs, McMahon and McGaughty discovered perhaps the only surviving 1924 Scully lathe in the family's basement and persuaded them to loan it to the production. McMahon then set about persuading Berg and to engineer a session with contemporary artists recording on the system. Berg was nervous about doing this, as moving that recording system into a production environment was a major change. McMahon persuaded Berg to participate in a test session with two new artists as to limit the pressure. Frank Fairfield and the Americans were the first musicians to record on the system in over 80 years. The results were satisfactory, McMahon explained, but Nick never wanted to operate the machine more effectively. But Nick did want to operate the machine more effectively. Producer and co-writer Alison McGaughty gained access to the AT&T archive, which kept the research documents for Western Electric. Within the archive, they located engineers' casebooks and accounting forms that gave some more clues as to how to operate the machine. They also managed to locate 1920s photographs of the recording system being used in the Western Electric laboratory. Armed with this new information, Berg agreed to McMahon's plan to attempt to film a full recording session with 20 artists. McMahon hired T-Bone Burnett and Jack White to produce and arrange songs for the sessions and booked all the artists. Now, the recording process, it goes on, says, the Western Electric system was a live, direct-to-disc recording method. The earliest condenser microphone was wired into a 6-foot amplifier rack comprising a preamplifier, a first level meter, a monitor amplifier, a line amplifier to drive the cutting head, which etched the grooves onto a wax disc on the turntable of a Scully cutting lathe that was rotated by a pulley system at a 100-pound weight. The performers gathered around the microphone and carefully positioned themselves to achieve the correct balance. The performers were cued into when they needed to start and stop playing by a light system operated by the sound engineer that hung in the live room. The pulley allowed approximately 3.5 minutes to record before the weight hit the floor. The calibration of the lathe had determined the length of the pop single of this day. The Western Electric recording system favoured small lead vocals groups, and this had a fundamental influence on being the dominant musical aggregation to this day. The recording system did not allow for any changes to be made to the live recording. The Scully lathe itself predated the switch from acoustic to electric recording. In the acoustic era, the lathe was connected to a large conical horn, which the musicians had to gather around and sing and play as loud as possible volume to create enough air pressure to physically vibrate a diaphragm attached to the cutting head. During the filming, McMahon persuaded Jack White and his band to make an acoustic recording on the lathe, replacing the microphone with 2 horns, the first such recording made in 90 years. A rough cut of the film containing the sequence was screened at the BFI London Film Festival, but it was cut from the later versions. I'd love to hear that. Well, it goes on and on and on. It was well received. I commend the article. I read about 5% of it. It's the Wikipedia entry that I'm reading. It's the American Epic Sessions. Here's the name of the link. So we'll follow on with that now. It starts off with a number of cards which sort of describe the story. So I'll continue with that as the film begins. There will be a lot of gaps as they do their forensic ASMR appraisal of the equipment itself, but I think that'll allow some breathing space, and there's enough discussion with the artists and recording sessions themselves to flow reasonably well. So we'll let this play out for a little while, and we'll see how it goes. If it, we'll see. Maybe we'll do it in 2 sessions. Anyhow, let's have a look, and I'll begin with the commentary. In 1925, the invention of the electrical sound recording revolutionized the phonograph industry, it says. In 1926, this new equipment was taken across America to record rural music for the very first time: blues, gospel, Cajun, country, Hawaiian, Native American, and more. Only a few of those machines were ever made, and none are known to have survived. All the musical performances in this film are live. The audio you hear is taken directly from the discs that are recorded to, with no editing or enhancements. And so we have it. He's walking into the studio, and let the process begin. This is vk3sl, testing on 160.
Can talk about your cold shell roading mamas while you cheering about your high speed and brown. Well, I got a woman way down in Mobile, Alabama. She's the warmest thing in that town, doggone her skin. She ain't got no papa, leave me alone. She ain't got no big boy, please take me home. This mama just got one object in view, and what she said to me, I know she's bound to say to you. She'll say, Papa, if you ain't got no matrimonial inclinations, then keep your hands to yourself. Dad, if you ain't got no bungalow made reservations, son, don't let your hands be felt. Well, I'm this red hot papa you heard so much talk about, but this is an asbestos woman who'll mortally put your fire out. Papa, you ain't got no matrimonial inclinations, so just keep your hands to yourself. Don't. When I first met you, I had no shoes, but look at me now, I got these barefooted blues. Papa, you ain't got no matrimonial intentions, please keep your hands to yourself. Don't. No matrimonial inclinations, please keep your hands to yourself. And if you ain't got no bungalow and reservations, son, don't let your hands be felt. Well, I'm this red hot papa you heard so much talk about, but you're an asbestos woman who'll mortally put my fire out. Papa, if you ain't got no matrimonial intentions, oh death, where is that sting?
Fire it up. If we're lucky.
Is that one of the first amplifiers ever made?
Yeah, the amplifier rack from Western Electric that would have been wheeled into the early studios. Wow. They installed them in 25. The first audio amplifiers ever built.
Wow. That is wild. It's fantastic.
This is one of the first condenser microphones. This is from 1928.
Pace.
How much time did you say it took you to put all this together?
Like 10 years or so, yeah. Yeah, because I was kind of, researching the history of it.
Oh, yeah, I see.
It's very complicated. Yeah.
But it's brilliant, because they were dealing with rocks not
exactly.
not long before this.
Exactly.
This is the kind of machine they recorded Charlie Patton on in 1929. And it's the only one in the world. It's the only one left. And it's the first time one's been working in 80 years. It's pulley driven. You've got 3 minutes to finish your song before the weight hits the floor.
I was a duck, I dived to the bottom, I'd never come up. Tell me how long have I got away? Can I get you now? Must have hesitated. The river was whiskey and the banks was wine. See me in bathing just any old time. Tell me how long have I got to wait? Can I get you now? Must have hesitated. You went and you done. You caused me to love you. Now your manners come. Tell me how long have I got to wait? Can I get you now? Must have hesitated. Hesitating stockings and hesitating shoes. Believe me, boys, I got these hesitating blues. Tell me how long have I got to wait? Can I get you now? Must have hesitated. Oh, wait for it, boy.
It's pretty great.
Do you guys do that every day, do you? Cut a record and play it back for the next 5 minutes?
That's the master now, okay? Don't play that ever again.
She ain't got no papa, leave me alone. She ain't got no big boy, please take me home.
Yes.
The one thing she got, this object in view. Well, what she said to me, Lord, I know she'll say it.
Recording studios in general have sort of been churches for music. Always have been and basically always will be, I hope.
Keep your hands to yourself.
You had to come rehearsed with your songs ready to go. This is your one moment to do that. And all the recordings since the beginning of this recording technology were like that. You came to the room prepared for this moment. So that's like going to church. That's like getting on your best clothes and going to church for this moment to happen. So who should we record in this 20s style? I mean, everybody. Let's record everybody in this style, you know? Rappers, pop singers, blues singers, country artists. I mean, it's sort of like if the field is wide open and all these artists are going to record with the very first electric recording machine. And this is a very romantic way of recording. You can't fix this later. Any mistakes that happen are going to be there in the finished record, which is a great place to be. It's a scary place to be for some people, too.
This gave me a chance to go like through a time machine. It's like, you know, you hear old records and you hear that sound, the way they sound, you can picture how it must have been back then. You kind of picture the world and you hear the music, the song from back then, you can hear a different world. And so recording here is like that time machine. It brought me back to that world.
Here's the reason why. Black women's evil do things on the slide. You look for your supper to be good and hot. She never put the neck bone in the pot. She's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. She's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. I went to my window was propped. I went to my door was locked. I stepped right back, I shook my head. A big black niggas in my folding bed. I shot through the window, I broke the glass. I never seen a little nigga run so fast. He's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. He's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. Your friend at your house just to rest his hat. Next thing he wanna know where your husband's at. She says, I don't know, he's on his way to the pen. Come on, mama, let's get on the road again. She's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. He's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. I'm with my black woman, let me tell you why. Black women's evil do things on the slide. She look for your supper to be good and hot. She never put the neck bone in the pot. She's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. She's on the road again. Lord, and that you're born Eastman. Yeah. Yeah.
The lyrics in this song that we did was basically a street rap record today. When you hear me saying it, you might think I wrote it because it sounds like something today. And these guys are talking about carrying guns, shooting something, protecting their honor, chasing after some woman who's done them dirty. This is not high society, black folks. This is the down under, street, wild black folk that they're singing about. And it's the same as today. It's the same as rap music today. So it just tells you something about our American culture, American music. And, when they look down on hip-hop music and look down because of the words that we use and stuff like that, it didn't start with hip-hop. It started a long time ago. It started with America.
on in. I know you. I know you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So you guys are the mix. Where we place you is the faders. Yeah. 1 foot this way, fader up.
You know, I like that concept. Very easy to understand.
Yeah, exactly. In about 10 seconds. All right, let's rockin'. Let's do it.
This is the weight. The power is the entire cutting lathe. It's like a grandfather clock. And the length of the rope determines how long you can record for. So as the weight hits the ground, the recording's over and the song's done. As the weight falls, there's a governor in here that controls the speed of the belt. And it does that by having these 3 lead weights on springs. And so as the balls fly out, they'll go, say, like 45 RPM, 60 RPM, 78 RPM. And when it hits to the speed you want, it's touching the leather pads here, and applying friction and slowing the machine down. That's what controls the speed of the motor. And then from there, it follows the belt to the turntable here. And then it goes through a series of gears. Into a gearbox here, and that controls the lines per inch on the record. And then from there it goes into the feed screw here, and that's what makes the lines on the record. The cutting head is basically a small speaker. So you're just moving the speaker back and forth, and attached to that is the cutting stylus. And over here is the bellows pump. It sucks the chip as it comes off the record.
So here's the story with these the warning lights up here. So when Nick hits the blue light, that he's got the machines turning, and that means you should be quiet until the red light goes on, and then the song can start. And then it'll stay red the whole time until he lifts the needle off, and then he'll hit the blue light to let you know you can speak again. And make sure to do it for a long time at the end. Okay.
So after blue, we're good.
Yeah. Once it says blue, then it's time to get ready for the cutting, and then at the end, blue means we can talk again. You want to just go right in and do a cut?
All right.
All right, Nick, you ready? Yeah.
What was that?
You okay? The weight?
We broke the machine.
We're too heavy. We're like, what was that? Boom! You got another one?
Well, we have length on that one, so let me pull it down.
Of all the things that could have gone wrong, the weight breaks.
Exactly.
I can't even lift it. So what's the weight of the
That's
weight?
105 pounds?
That would break your foot, wouldn't it?
Probably, if I break a toe.
If you were able to relieve it from here,
Yeah.
well, I could go take it over to that car shop next door.
Oh, really? There's a upholstery place, or
if
what?
they do upholstery. You know what? There is an upholstery place. I'll take it right over. There's a place right down the street.
Oh, yeah?
I'll take it over. If you.
Let me get off here,
Yeah.
Should that be repaired, like, so it will be as good as new?
Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, that's a freaky thing, man. What the hell? I mean, you're not gonna use this. We're gonna just extend it. We're gonna make a new piece right here.
Oh, I see.
Wrap it around just so that right there. But it's a place I pass every day coming here, so they look like they're always open. There we go. Let's see what this guy's got. Well, we're kind of having an emergency here. This broke.
Okay.
And I need to put a new piece through here.
Okay.
Do you have a sewing machine here? Oh yeah, that's this one here. Gracias.
Requesting that you join the chorus shred at that harpsichord.
Thank you so much for letting us do this. We really appreciate
Lots
it.
of talents, huh? Do I know you?
Is it a worthy
I don't know. Maybe we went to school together.
the second largest city in
Maybe
America?
put him as alive.
Here we go. Okay.
This is a test transmission from vk3sl.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Ay, como resuma y suena, resumba y va resumbando, resumba y va resumando, cascabel de la arena.
Nick, this is Elton.
Hi, Alan. How are you? It's a pleasure.
So Nick, just put this stuff together over a 10-year period.
So this goes straight onto this?
Yeah. So this is the weight driven lathe here.
When the weight hits the floor, the recording is finished. It has to be under 4 minutes.
Has to be under 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
That's what sex is. Sex is like that for me now.
Just to get on by, you cheated me. Just to get on by, I cheated, silly me. Gotta keep on getting high. I can't save myself ways, gonna keep on getting high. Like that?
I liked where you started. When I'm awake, I'm looking back.
You cheated just to get on by. If I can't save myself, we
Change that.
myself with
And again.
I'm gonna keep on getting high.
Yeah, like that. That's sick, yeah.
Well, how about
You
the
almost did it twice there. Did
Yeah.
you do it twice there once? Live it, those 3 chords, living in me.
keep trying to devil?
Didn't want to move. I think you did that once. That was cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Nice. Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Cool wrap around there.
You want to play on this?
Well, if I could just lean next to you and sort of like get really, and lots of timbre and really annoying. Good old fashioned. I don't know what note to hit there. You're going good old fashioned. Good old fashioned ride. Okay. 2 fingers of whiskey. Good old fashioned. What'd you say? No, I missed it.
2 fingers of whiskey. Good old fashioned rhyme.
Good old
fashioned rhyme.
Good old fashioned ride. 2 fingers of whiskey. Good old fashioned ride. Cool. Okay. 2 fingers of whiskey. That is all I need. Keep drowning the devil. Living in me. One more time for me.
Is that Mr. Torkins?
Yes, it is.
Ah! You know Jack?
No, I don't. How are you? Great honor to meet you. How are you?
Really great.
Yeah?
This is the same equipment. I heard you tell you that Bessie Smith made her record.
Really?
This amplifier's the very first amp.
Yeah, that's great.
This lathe is a Scully lathe.
I just saw that. I thought it was an espresso machine. That's outrageous. Yeah, that's great. I'll let you dump that.
Does Bernie Taupin ever come in and not like what you're doing with the lyrics?
Never done.
Never.
In 46 years of writing, he's never said anything bad about
Just
it.
he walks
Yeah,
away
he just
from
walks
it.
away from it, and that's the way it happens. He walks in and hears it, and that's the way. It's never been in the same room.
It's killing.
Weird, isn't it?
So cool.
I still get excited
Yeah.
playing a melody to the newly written lyric,
Right.
as I did when I started 46 years ago. And I just never questioned the way we write, and it's just
No.
kismet, you know.
Yeah, it's so cool. All right, we're ready to go. Got my guitar.
cheated just to get on by. Yeah, I cheated just to get on by. If I can't save my sinning ways, gonna keep on getting high. I'm sleeping off a weekend run, sleeping off a weekend run. When I'm awake, I'm looking back at all the ships I've sung. 2 fingers of whiskey, good old-fashioned rye. Wish I was bound for glory and prohibition dry. 2 fingers of whiskey, that is all I need to keep drowning the devil living in me, living in me. I'm hanging on the hook of the moon, hanging on that crescent moon. If I don't get out of this battle, Lord, you're gonna see me soon. Just like a dog, I wanna howl. Like an old dog, I wanna howl. Used up on my aces, who's gonna save me now? 2 fingers of whiskey, good old-fashioned rye. Wish I were bound for glory and prohibition dry. 2 fingers of whiskey, that is all I need to keep drowning the devil living in me, living in me.
That was my favorite, huh? It rocked too, and it felt,
Yeah.
and the quiet parts felt good.
Yay!
This is a test transmission from vk3sl.
Railroad, far as I can see, swing and turn, jubilee, live and learn, jubilee. Hardest work I ever done, working on a farm. Easiest work I ever done, swinging my true love's arms. Swing and turn, jubilee, live and learn, jubilee. If I had me needle and thread, fine as I could sew, so my true love to my side, and down this creek I'd go. Swing and turn, jubilee, live and learn, jubilee. If I had no horse to ride, I'd be found a crawling up and down this rocky road, looking for my darling. Swing and turn, jubilee, live and learn, jubilee. Some will come on Saturday night, some will come on Sunday. If you give them half a chance, they'll be back on Monday. Swing and turn, jubilee, live and learn, jubilee.
when I first auditioned at Columbia Records, somebody said, "You're so young," and everybody said that. I was 15, and I said, "Yeah, but I'm channeling an old man that worked on the railroad that's 90 years old," and he was kind of like, "What in the world?" But it's weird. I've heard these melodies, these old melodies, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm just channeling things that I've heard since I was a little bitty girl.
When those record companies, Columbia and Victor, they started organising talent contests throughout the South, thousands of people would travel from hundreds of miles around to these auditions. So they would advertise in local papers and say, Columbia Records are coming to Johnson City, Tennessee. If you would like to be immortalised on a phonograph record, turn up on the 14th of April.
And I would have went if I saw that in the paper, even in my lifetime, so
yeah
I would have.
And so most of the people making the records had never heard records themselves.
Yeah.
Radio hadn't come to rural America. So if you were living in Avalon, Mississippi, you hadn't really heard anything outside of your local town. So you can see all the strands of what make up American culture before it starts mingling together.
And music did it.
Yeah, and music did it.
Which makes music so important. That's what tells the stories. And when you sing it, or when you put a story in words to music, somehow people take it gentler. Like I don't know, there's something about it that makes it instantly relatable.
Well, black bullet, black bill, jump turn all around. The backwood black bill done took Chinatown. It was 50 families and children come to sing and drown. Oh, the water was rising up to my friend. Yeah, the water was rising up to my friend. The man said to us women folk, Lord, we got to go. We had to get out of there. Oh, the water was rising. That got up all in my bed. Yeah, the water was rising. Got all up in my bed. I thought I would take a trip out on that old ice sled. Oh, I can hear, Lord, water up on me. Oh, I can hear water up on my door. Well, I couldn't get no boats, nobody going there no more. So that water was rising, I'm not sinking down. Oh, the water was rising, people are sinking down. It was 50 men, women, and children come to sink and drown. Lord, grown men, women, men, women, they drown. Oh, women and children, oh, they sinking down. I couldn't see nobody's house. Nobody could be found. Backwater Blytheville, slide that all around. Backwater Blytheville, done took Chinatown. It was 50 families and children come to sing and drown.
I love a lot of Charlie Patton stuff. Charlie Patton was kind of like the template for a whole lot of people. Howlin' Wolf and Papa Charlie Jackson. And the interesting thing about his voice is that it goes back to an older African style where they mask the voice in this kind of rough sound and usually surround himself with some sort of spirit, raffia-styled thing, you know, and nobody knows who this person is because he changes his voice and comes out in a certain part of the ceremony to raise the consciousness or excitement or bring down a certain, spirit or deity or whatever. So it's just interesting hearing it come up in the blues the way it did and then travel from several generations in the blues. And today's song, High Water Everywhere, is the narration of a huge flood that happened in this town from somebody who was at ground zero. It's not a happy song, but it's a very powerful way he delivers it with himself as just a single musician and a guitar. Just every time I hear it, it's one of those songs that just stop you and make you listen to it.
What was it inspired you to participate in these sessions?
Well, just the idea to be back at the front of the recording industry. And this is incredible. You know, I mean, the same machines that my heroes and mentors have played on and that this industry got jump-started from, I'd certainly like to be a part of that, you know. In reverence for them is to come back and do it this way. Yeah. And it's the sound. I don't think you can get any better than vinyl. I mean, you can get clean, blah, 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 pristine, you know, and get all this, but you can't get that juice. You know, it's like give 2 people a chicken and some vegetables and 2 stoves to cook on. Unless they're twins and they grew up in the same house, one chicken's gonna be good and one chicken's gonna be off the hook. And that's the way this is for me. Off the hook. I love it.
Were you telling me that this capsule is the exact same capsule inside this mic?
Yeah, the same diaphragm and everything, but the electronics are different.
Same diaphragm, different electronics. And this is the very first microphone.
Right, yeah. This is when they started to use in around 25 and 26 and 27. It's essentially an omnidirectional microphone. However, it's very directional high frequencies. So even though, in theory, one would be able to sit here or here and sound the same, because it's directional high frequencies, there's a big EQ shift as you move from left to right on the microphone, as you've experienced.
Yeah. I like this part of it, though. I like the positioning of the people instead of the microphones. It makes it a completely different experience. You would never do that in modern recording studio. You would never keep the microphone in one place and move people around it, really. You basically put things where you want them and put the mics near them or far away from this as to your taste. And this is a more interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
So Bernard tells me that Justin Bieber and the Beatles are coming out.
Nice. Excellent.
So we'll be right back after these messages.
Sing, boo boo.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What is it though?
Right.
What is it coming in? 350?
Oh, time-wise, we got it's 4 minutes. Over 4, about 4:10.
Is it really? I think we played the slow part really slow.
Yeah, it's because we're in the groove of it in the slow part.
We need to come down to around 3:30. That's all the time we have on this machine.
Maybe, so it's at 4:10 now. Under 4 is better.
Yeah, over 4 is not enough. The other option would just be that I pick it up. You know, I do that, pick up St. Louis Blues, and then just end it on the verse. But it seems like that's a little too quick.
Is that after the guitar solo?
No, this is where it picks up for the first time. That would just be me singing right there the whole time.
And then the guitar
solo. And then
solo.
the guitar solo, but that's probably only gonna give you 10, 15 seconds.
A shorter guitar solo?
This is a test transmission from vk3sl.
Hold on a second, yeah. That's how we do it.
Okay.
So you do half of that, and we go into the 2, into the 5, and then into that outro. Let's see how long that is. What we got?
3:23.
Well done.
Yeah, we got it. All right.
So now when
You have a pop single.
with the South City St. Louis blues.
Oh, the cuckoo, she's a good bird, and she warbles as she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Jack Diamonds, Jack Diamonds, I know you of old. You robbed my poor pockets of my silver and gold. I gamble in England and I gamble in Spain. I bet you $10 that I beat you the very next game. Gonna get me a shotgun, just as long as I am tall. Gonna fill my big shotgun with a 10-inch iron ball. Gonna build me a log cabin on a mountain far away. Gonna live there with my true love till we both then pass away. Sometimes I wonder what makes women love men. And I look back and I wonder what makes men love them.
Come on in. The lathe room. Nice and toasty
Smells
like the
like
old,
a lathe room.
yeah. Like the old wax days, nice and toasty. So here's the machine. It's weight driven. This is a big hunk of lead right here. It's 105 pounds or so.
That's your microscope.
Exactly, yeah.
I diggity. Yeah, y'all didn't mess around, did you? How long did it take you to put this together?
Oh, it's been a long time. I mean, because the Western Electric rack, especially, it was only leased equipment, and so none really survived all intact. So I just had to kind of piece together each individual piece until it was a complete system. So that only happened maybe about a year ago, but I've been working on it maybe for like a decade or so, trying to piece it all together.
You've done this so that nerds like me and others can sit here and go, whoa.
All right, let's go for it.
We shall see.
Sounds good.
Can I see what's in the box?
Yeah. There's some stuff. Parts, but yeah, there's the tube. Just put your fingers in there. Might zap you.
Sounds good. Oh,
There's the tube in the bottom there.
So how many folks are like me and would like sit there chewing gum right before they start?
Probably a lot. All the dings, yeah, the cigarette marks there.
Yeah. Bubba, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Maybe you should keep in mind you're on the project with your voice.
Yeah, my guitar tends to get out
of control.
Yeah, I can hear me all right, but I can't hear the guitar.
You hear yourself in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just think in terms of projecting it into that mic, your voice, a little bit. You know, without thinking about it too much.
Candyman, salty dog. Candyman, salty dog. Candyman, salty dog. Just give anything to just see that Candyman home. Candyman, Santa Claus. Candyman, Santa Claus. Candyman, Santa Claus. If you can't be my candy man, you can't see my Santa Claus. Big leg item, big leg item, big leg item, big leg item. Oh, sure. Big leg item, big leg item. I love that big leg item. I know that.
This is a test transmission from vk3sl.
Run, get the picture, get my baby some beer. Run, get the picture, get my baby some. Run, get the picture, get my baby some beer. Run, get the picture, get. Run, get the picture, get my baby some beer. Run, get the picture, get my baby some beer. Wish I was in New Orleans, just sitting on candy store. Little red light, little green light, little red light, little green light, little red light, little green light. Stop on the red, go on the green, don't mess with Mr. In between. Candyman, salty dog. Candyman, Santa Claus. Candyman, fattening hole. I wish I was in New Orleans, just sitting on the candy store. Yes, sir. And that ain't all.
palu 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 piha ula.
Tomi, Tomi.
Raini po po pau hanunula.
Tomi, Tomi.
Ua palu palu piha ika poila.
Tomi, Tomi.
Oi. Ko Honolulu.
Tomi, Tomi.
Upa vele o ia manea.
Tomi, Tomi.
Raini po ko Honolulu.
Tomi, Tomi.
Uvele paha o ia manea.
Tomi, Tomi.
Ai kapila.
Tomi, Tomi.
Raini po ko Honolulu.
Tomi, Tomi.
Raini ia mai ana kapuana la.
Tomi, Tomi.
Raini po pau Honolulu.
Tomi, Tomi.
Oi.
First of all, thank you so much for coming down to do
Thank
this.
you, baby, for having me.
This is the earliest and never foreseen picture of Ma Rainey.
It was my mother's favorite singer.
Really?
Well, my mother was born and raised on a plantation in Louisiana in 1906. So these were her singers, and I had never heard their names, and when she told me many of these names, Memphis Minnie, Ma Rainey, Clara Smith, who you never hear of, you hear Bessie, but you never hear of Clara, and Leadbelly, and I never heard anyone mention those names for the first 30 years of my career. I'd only heard those names from my mother. And we had a jukebox in the living room, and my mother had records on that jukebox by all the people that she liked, and she would sing those songs along with them or whatever. And I don't think that I was trying to learn to sing like her. It's just that was the only singing I had heard, so when I started to sing, I sung like she sung.
Wow.
But blacks from this time were totally bastardized. So by the time I started singing, I wanted to be anything but her. Anything. So this all comes to my ear in two kinds of ways. You know, it's a great discovery for you. It's a lot of different things for me. It makes me feel a lot of different ways. Because when I first started singing, when my first record came out in 1962, if they said, okay, you're going on a tour, which was more like a minstrel show, but if B.B. King was the star, you did not want to go, because he reminded you of this. And everybody knew that was Uncle Thomas and Coonish. So you wanted to go with whoever was new, the Drifters and whatever. You didn't want to go with B.B. King. Every time I think of that, it hurts me. You know, I wish I could go anywhere with him now, just anywhere down to the corner store or wherever.
So this early music, does it actually represent the tough times of the 20s?
Oh, absolutely, and that was what they sung about. And because when they write the stories about the love songs and whatever, they're almost lewd and lascivious because our love lives and sexual lives at that point weren't private. Especially during slavery, there was certainly no privacy in your sex life or love life. They talked about it freely. They talked about you doing it freely, and the songs certainly show that. And one of the things that made whites kind of look down on a lot of the music was because it said things that you weren't supposed to say. You know, you just weren't supposed to say many of those things. Look, Ain't Nobody's Business is a perfect example. You know, you didn't say those things in Bing Crosby wasn't saying that.
If I had a way, I'd let you alone. Work with God, I'd stay at home. It ain't nobody business but my own. It ain't nobody's business, honey. I know what I spend my money. Nobody business but mine.
Said my old man, he wrote me a letter. He told me he's gonna treat me better. Nobody's business but mine. Now he wrote this letter, he wrote it, said, hey, if you're gonna do better, child, you better make haste. Ain't nobody's business but my own. It ain't nobody's business, honey, where I find my money. Nobody's business but mine. It ain't nobody's business, kid, who I do my business with. Nobody's business but my own. Now, baby, I said you ought to have been told me 14 years before you wrote me. So I had me someplace else to go. Now I think that a rooster ain't got no comb, a chorus about ain't got no home. Nobody's business but my own. It ain't nobody's business, kid, why I got my money here. Nobody's business but mine. It ain't nobody's business, honey, where I find my money. Nobody's business but my own. Now business, business, baby. Business, business, baby. Nobody's business but my own.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you
being
so
with us.
much,
It's
baby.
been a total honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you want me to just,
This
just go
is
through
a
these
test
things real quick?
transmission
Yeah,
from
please.
vk3sl.
Do all those parts work, or most of them just for show? It's all just for show. I have my there's this iPod hidden inside here, and I just turned all the tubes on for show. So here in the live room, the musicians play and sing into the microphone, and their sound waves hit a very thin aluminum foil called the diaphragm. And this creates fluctuations of voltage through a small amplifier that's just under the microphone. This amplifies the voltage just enough to send it down through the 50 feet or so of cable all the way to the recording room. The sound then enters the Western Electric amplifier here at the microphone input. So here is the microphone amplifier, and this is the level control here, from 0 all the way to 12. And so these are the amplifying tubes here. They're pretty much the heart of this 1920s recording system. And AT&T once called these a bottle of magic. The tube is what provides the amplification of the sound through the entire system. And it allows a small amount of voltage to modulate the invisible river of electrons flowing through the tube. This electron river is created by this bright filament here, boiling off electrons that are being attracted to the plate on the opposite side of the tube. And the music we're recording is actually inside of this bottle. Or in other words, a bottle of magic. So basically the job of these amplifiers is to take the small amount of voltage from the output of the microphone and create enough power to move the stylus back and forth and actually cut the record. In a modern recording situation, this entire 70-pound amplifier can be made in a like a 1-inch little chip. This is the very earliest incarnation of this.
You want to try one of your songs?
Yeah, we just got to identify that.
Anything you want to do.
Okay. Seth, what do you think about this? What do you think about Just a Closer Walk, a cappella, like just a little bit of guitar and it's 3 vocals?
That's cool too, yeah.
So, I mean,
That's
just
fine,
maybe a
yeah.
little old school gospel.
That'd be great, yeah. Just a cappella?
Well, we do a just one guitar kind of.
Okay, great, yeah.
And,
Yeah, let's try it.
You want to hear it?
That's great. Let's hear it.
I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus keeps me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk, dear Lord, close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee.
Just a closer walk with thee. Just a closer walk with thee.
Granted, Jesus is my plea.
Just a closer walk with thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
When my feeble life is o'er,
time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely home to thy King.
We've had a mic cut out.
Okay.
I don't know what that feedback is. Is it still happening, Nick? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Still happening? Maybe somebody doesn't want you to play this. Somebody up there. Nick, what do you think?
Looks like it's on the microphone this side.
Oh man, we got a wicked buzz, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from now? The mic?
It appeared out of nowhere.
So like nothing changed, nobody was moving around.
Yeah, nothing, yeah.
In the middle of this take.
Now, gentlemen, we seem to have encountered a minor, a problem with the machine. We've got a kind of hum on it, which we're trying to troubleshoot at the moment.
Let me check the mic one more time, and I'll see if I'm gonna bring the mic in here.
Release in Japan.
So I think I see the problem here now. Okay. It got hot in this room, and so these the microphone power supply was powering the mic in the other room got too hot and burnt up.
So what you need to do, and we'll try and start as late as possible tomorrow, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah. What's it like with the kind of music you're into, recording on that machine?
Well, probably the most exciting thing for me is that Louis Armstrong recorded on it. I'm a huge Satchmo fan. So that's, I mean, plus I really like the scenario of recording. Even if it was going to a computer, I just like the idea of everybody gathering around a microphone and just going, find out what happens. You know,
Yeah.
it's definitely an avenue to purity. You know,
Yeah.
getting to the absolute heart of a song and the absolute heart of a performance, anyway. You know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure's ours.
It
Thank
could
you.
only have ended that way.
So yesterday the machine overheated, everything was too hot to handle. A diode broke, so I think Nick might have spent the night trying to get everything fixed up. So we're hoping that it's going to be working again today, but we're not quite sure what's going to happen.
Bad power supply. It's still not fixed, but I switched it out with another power supply. But we'll see if it's actually fixed in a few minutes here.
You need to be much more gentle. You need to be gentle with this kind of gear. It's very sensitive. If we move the position of the dial from the head or not there? That's the same position, yeah. Well, that's how it normally looks, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Okay? Yeah.
Ready, y'all?
¿Y cómo está el ritmo? ¿Necesita ser más despacio o está bien?
No, ahorita está muy bien, me da tiempo de expresar.
Bueno.
Y
So this is a rehearsal.
Okay,
Yeah.
la práctica
And then
primero.
we will listen back on the button.
Yeah.
And her payment afterwards is $25 if this goes
Dice que
well.
$25 te van a dar.
no, I need 30.
Oh, 30. We can, we'll talk about it.
Because on the 5 for my...
For the crew. All right, guys, let's get ready.
God bless you,
Quiet down here
and
on the
thank you
set.
again. Thank you, God bless you.
Era yo una chiquilla todavía cuando tú casualmente me encontraste a merced a tus artes de mundano. De mi honra el perfume me llevaste.
This is a test transmission from vk3sl.
Como tú con las mujeres, por lo tanto no extrañes que yo ahora en tu cara te diga lo que eres. Mal hombre, tan ruin es tu alma que no tiene nombre. Eres un canalla, eres un malvado, eres un mal hombre. A mi triste destino abandonada, entablé fiera lucha con la vida. Ella recia y cruel me torturaba. Yo más débil al fin caí vencida. Supiste a tiempo mi derrota, mi espantoso calvario conociste. Te dijeron algunos que a salvarle y probando
De entrada, cuando vi el estudio, me quedé impactada darme cuenta que se conserva o que rescataron un equipo de la magnitud de lo que yo tenía poco conocimiento por las películas antiguas y por productores que me hablaban de esta forma de máquinas. Mas, sin embargo, nunca me imaginé estar frente a una de ellas, lo cual pues me llena de satisfacción tener la oportunidad de hacerlo como lo hicieron antiguamente, porque a la hora que uno, en mi caso, en la hora que yo empecé a cantar, lo único que yo quería era con mucha magia transmitir lo que dice la canción. Pero eso es importante para nosotros los latinos, porque también me doy cuenta que nuestra música, tanto en México como en Brasil, como Colombia, como Cuba, es una música muy pura. Trae unas raíces muy profundas, muy grandes, de la cual pues no nos podemos desprender. Y yo creo que eso es lo que llama la atención, aun cuando el idioma nos pudiese separar. Creo que la pureza de nuestra música es la que nos llega a hacer un clic entre Estados Unidos y Latinoamérica.
Yeah, it's cool. It's loud. You know, it's sort of like everything's loud. So it's gonna be. It's like if every instrument and every voice just kind of went down a third of its volume,
Should I go
it'll
down
be a
too,
better
or?
recording. I think you'll be fine.
okay.
Your vocal will be fine.
All
I think
right.
we need to lower this mic to get this guitar because everything's
Yeah,
so
it's
loud.
getting
This
lost.
is not even getting picked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Which is crazy. This is right in front of the mic. You can see how crazy it is.
Yeah.
But I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do with your voice because it's sort of the right volume, but it's sort of distorting. So I don't
So
really
stand
know.
back a little
I kept
bit.
thinking that you're aiming there, but I look at it and you're not. You're aiming off. So
Yeah.
it's sort of trying to find that.
Pretty
balance.
much this way. I can try this
Yeah.
way again.
Okay, you guys want to try it from the top?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You ready in there? Okay. That looks really cool. That's amazing. All right. So that's too.
It's good. No, yeah, that was too much. You couldn't hear the guitar at all.
Yeah.
So what we got is a situation sort of like when they're loud, it's just blowing up the mic and it's distorted.
Yeah.
When you're quiet, you sound like you're 100 feet away.
It's weird. You have to sing different for that kind of a
you
mic.
really do. Yeah. And
It's
you have to do
like-
everything different. It sort of shows you how much they were sculpting their own stuff. The loud part is so amazing. I sort of like, I don't even know how to say, do that quieter because it's so amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, can it be done quieter like
course
that?
not.
I mean, it seems like a ridiculous request. So, can we do just a 3-part part where everyone faces that direction?
Like this direction?
It's still too loud, shockingly.
Yo, you literally want us to face that way?
Just to see what.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just,
14 rivers, 14 floods. Like you're about that level, right? Are you
yeah,
louder than
I
that?
think if you did that,
Bend
yeah,
your body
I'd be like this close, yeah.
to the heavens above.
Yeah.
And it sounds huge, whereas we're belting it out, and it's a little distorted and kind of mid-range. It's not as.
Bend your body to the heavens above. Don't get drunk, don't get dry. Just bring your money next Saturday night. Ooh, hum. 14 miles on a 10-ton trail. We have
dead mule.
Half dead mule, ain't nothing on my mind. Love the life, I've been talking fast.
Taking all the things
that I should have let pass. Hum, ooh, hum. Put my hat on the coffin nail. Put another brick in the fireplace. I don't know about you or me. Someone got loose on the downtown street. Fortune rise, fortune rise. Fortune rise, fortune rise. Fortune rise, fortune rise. Fortune rise, fortune rise. Fortune rise, fortune
Well, thanks everybody. Real good job.
Yeah, thank you.
I've always heard that haste makes waste, so I believe in taking my time. The highest mountain can't be raised, it's something you must slowly climb. I want a slow and easy man, he needn't ever take the lead, 'cause I work on that long time plan, and I ain't looking for no speed. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa. Ain't the kind of man for me. Set your alarm
This is a test transmission from
1 hour that's
vk3sl.
proper. Love me like I like to be. I don't want no lame excuses about my loving being so good that you couldn't wait no longer. Now I hope I'm understood. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa. Ain't the kind of man for me. I can't stand no greenhorn lover like a rookie going to war with a load of big artillery, but he don't know what it's for. He's got to bring me a reference with a great long pedigree, and he must prove he's got endurance, or he don't mean that to me. I don't like no growing rooster, but it's a lick or two. Action is my only booster of just what my man could do. I don't want no limitations. My requirements ain't no joke. For I got your indignation for a guy what's supposed to stroke. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa. Ain't the kind of man for me. Set your alarm clock, papa. 1 hour that's proper. Then love me like I like to be. I may want love for 1 hour, then decide to make it 2. Takes an hour before I get started, maybe 3 before I'm through. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa. Ain't the kind of man for me.
don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be. I'm still in, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be. Now put your arms around me like the circle around the sun. I wanna love your mama like the easy rider done. If you don't believe I love you, look at the fool I've been. If you don't believe I'm sinking, look at the hole I'm in. I'm still in, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be. Yes, I'm still in, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be. The woman I'm loving, just my height and size. She's a married woman, come and see me sometime. If you don't believe I love you, look at the fool I've been. If you don't believe I'm sinking, look at the hole I'm in. I'm still in, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be. Yes, I'm still in, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be. All right. Oh, come on. I'm still in, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm still in back to my same old used to be.
I love the studio. To walk in and see how we're recording was, I just looked at it for a while and like wonder what it would sound like. But it's amazing just to look at how it's built. You know, just look at the machine itself. You know, every time I walk in a room, I'm still kind of stunned when I look at it. It just made me feel like, wow, somebody built this to make music so other people could hear it. But it just has this like magical sound the way that it's built. It's true. It's just the truest sound you could ever get. Thinking about the song now, I don't think I could ever forget the song. And it's from Memphis, and Memphis is one of my favorite places for like soul music, period. I think the South brings that to everybody. Everybody wants to join in, no matter who they are, black, white, whoever they are. It's like everybody wants to sing a song like this. It just feels great.
Early electric recording is very interesting to me, largely because it was so well thought out and designed that it really set up, you know, the next 90 years of recording technology. And this recording system was the result of a giant technological push by AT&T in the early 20th century. AT&T's lab was often referred to as the Ideas Factory, and some of the greatest minds in the world came together to work on this recording system. I mean, it literally transformed the way the whole world communicated. And it essentially enabled the record companies to set up recording sessions all over the country, where everyday people could record their songs and then have those songs distributed across America. And even though millions of records were being made in the 1920s, it was only a couple dozen of these systems making those recordings. And none of these recording systems have survived intact. So what we've reassembled here is like the blueprint of American communication. It's staggering that it's the only one that survived. And things have gotten smaller, but really the basics are still there. So the microphone that was developed in the mid-20s is still the most popular microphone we use today. It's just smaller and has better high-frequency response and such, but it's the basic same thing they worked out in the 20s.
This is a test transmission of vk3sl.
Kind of like back when you was at home, right? Like it was when we was kids.
Yeah.
Trying to
Same
record.
And then some call him a sinner, and I say I call him a winner.
Some call it? Oh, I got that line too.
You got that line. You go through
Never
that.
robbed trains, never did time. I'm a man who's last to agree. Some call me a sinner.
I call him a winner. Some call him a sinner. I call him a winner. That's what they got there. We can do
He's the
what
only
the fuck
man
we want
wilder
to.
than me and the only man wilder
Since
than
we
me.
wrote it, you can do what you want to.
Wait a minute though, see, I've never robbed trains and never did time. I'm a man who's last to agree. Then I say some call me a sinner. Then
Well,
you
that's
say,
good.
I
I
think
call
it's
you a
better.
winner.
I call him a winner.
How could he go wrong?
Let's get blue light, Nick.
He's the only man wilder than me. He's the only man wilder than me.
He's an outlaw, he's crazy, and he's never been lazy. He's busy on a lifelong spree.
He's the only man wilder than me. I never robbed trains, and I never did time. I'm a man who's last to agree. Some call me a sinner.
I call him a winner, and he's the only man wilder than me.
He's the only man wilder than me. The only man wilder than me. Some call me a sinner.
I call him a winner, and he's the only man wilder than me. Pick one. If he ever really cared, he'd apologize. Indifference has kept his mind free, and he knows yesterday's dead and tomorrow is blind, and he's the only man wilder than me.
He's the only man wilder than me. He's the only man wilder than me. Some call me a sinner.
I call him a winner, and he's the only man wilder than me. He's the only man wilder than me.
It's him.
He's the only man wilder than me.
It's him.
What do you think? Let's do the Bob Wills song.
Yeah, we'll get the band in there?
Yeah, let's get the band
Great.
in and cut it.
Got that old-fashioned love in my heart, and there it will always remain, like an ivy clinging vine, clinging closer all the time, through the years and the tears just the same.
Got that old-fashioned faith in my heart, and nothing can tear it apart. Try and let me turn to see you'll find no change in me. Got that old-fashioned love in my heart. I got that old-fashioned love in my heart, and there it will always remain. Like an ivy clinging vine, clinging closer all the time, through the years and the tears just the same. I got that old-fashioned faith in my heart, and nothing can tear it apart. Dry land return to sea, but you'll find no change in me. Got that old-fashioned love in my heart. Try let me turn to sea, but you'll find no change in me. Got that old-fashioned love in my heart.
Ah, that's it. There isn't any more. I was listening inside the American Epic Sessions. That was a doco made in 2017 about a series of productions using the ancient Western Electric equipment from the 1920s, reappropriated. In fact, it's very authentic, and that's going to have movie night status, I think, that film. Anyhow, it sort of worked, and we'll leave it at that, I think, and we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm keen to seek out more of their experiments. Wouldn't it be good if they did recorded some dance bands? That's what would really do it for me, but we'll wait and see. vk3sl testing on 160. Thank you for your indulgence. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. she